Hello everyone, it's Mike the Star Turtle. Today I'll be reviewing Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 6, Unbowed, Unbent, Unbroken. Which of course is named after the motto of House Martell. And Oberyn Martell is certainly not so unbent or unbroken anymore. But anyway, I had to say that. So, the usual spoiler warning, if you haven't actually seen this episode yet, unless you don't care about spoilers, then stop this video right now and come back after you watch the episode. I want to apologize. This video is a little bit late than usual. This is mostly because I have some really bad hay fever right now over here in New England. I've heard it's pretty bad across the country this season, but I have a very nasally voice as it is. So when I'm congested, it makes me even harder to understand. So I didn't want to do it last night. So today I'm a little bit better. But I'm still a little congested. So you'll notice my voice, and hopefully I'll be able to still be intelligible for you guys. But anyway, on to the episode. Yet another episode where the actual title of the episode alludes to only a brief scene. I mean, I guess they don't have anything better to come up with for names for episodes, but House Martell only appeared in one brief scene. Might as well get that out of the way. Okay, it wasn't that brief. Yeah. So. We see Marcella again, who's pretty much about to become engaged to this. I think he's a Martell. I forget what his name is. And right when Ilaria and the Sand Snakes are about to make their move and either kill or kidnap her, we're not entirely sure which. Right before they make their move, coincidentally, Jaime and Bronn show up, rather unconvincingly in disguise, and they get to a brief fight scene with the Sand Snakes, which wasn't okay. You can definitely tell that the girls they picked. I don't know if the girls they picked to play these characters, they're not bad actresses, but they're not necessarily the best fighters, or at least screen fighters. And the fight scene was not quite as cool as it was the fight scene with Bronn and Jaime and those four other guards a couple episodes ago. But we might still have some time to see them. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so they I forget which one of the Sand Snakes, but one of them managed to get to kidnap that Marcel. But the other two, Abara, the oldest one, including, get captured by by Dornish guardsmen, led by the Oberyn's older brothers, the Crown Prince's bodyguard. And I love his little nod to Jaime, saying, "Yeah, if you still had your arm, it would have been a good fight, you and I." And also Bronn, of course, being Bronn. Wish this scene could have gone on longer, honestly, but it wasn't okay. But it looks like Ilaria got captured too. She's probably gonna. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's the last time. That's the only part we ever see of him. I'm sure we'll possibly learn more. I don't know about next episode. It might be a couple episodes where we see him again. We'll see. Next up, Tyrion and Jorah. And yeah, another pretty awesome dynamic. Like, every time we see a new pairing between two characters who have never met before, you never know how it's going to go. And like, just like Arya and the Hound, and just like Bronn and Jaime, it's just this, they make for an awesome duo. You just want to see more of them interacting. And I love how Tyrion's calling Jorah out. Yeah, like even if Daenerys does win and conquer Westeros, what then? And Jorah never really gives him a straight answer. And then of course they get captured by slavers. And seriously, like Tyrion is finally being smart again. We get to see a smart, quick-thinking Tyrion again for the first time in a while. But I love how they were gonna basically cut off his cock and take it and sell it on the black market because people think it's magical. But he was able to convince them to that if they didn't know it was a dwarf's cock, they may not believe that it is. And he says, "Yeah, my just because the rest of my body's little doesn't mean my cock isn't full sized." that was pretty good. It was also nice to see that Tyrion cares again, because like a few episodes ago, he probably would not have cared if they'd slit his throat. He probably would have let him. But it's good to see that he's gotten some will to live again. That's good to see. But he's able to convince them that Jorah is a good fighter. So now we'll see them in the fighting pits, I assume, pretty soon. And also, one of the slavers is played by Mr. Echo. Mr. Echo the Slave. That's pretty cool. And also interesting that she tries to make all the slavers black. I'm not sure if that's irony or if that's deliberately on their part, or if it's just to reflect the cultural things of the time for the area that they live in. I don't know, but I thought that was interesting. That was cool. And always good to see Mr. Echo on TV again, because he has not been really in much of anything that was good since Lost. So still pissed about how they ended his character arc on that show. But anyway, that's another show. First episode of the season where we did not actually see the wall, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I mean, maybe there's another episode where we didn't see the wall, but this is the first episode in a while, and I missed the wall. Maybe that's because Stannis isn't there anymore. But yes. But unlike last episode, you get to see King's Landing again, and Littlefinger's back, and I love how he's like calling Cersei out the whole arming the faithful, arming the whole faith militant thing. And like, yeah, she's calling Cersei out like that. That was not necessarily the smartest thing to do, but Cersei doesn't care, right? Because right now she's getting her way. But Littlefinger is pretty much right. He knows sooner or later that those guys are going to turn on her. But for now, at least, they're doing everything she wants them to do. Pretty much bringing Dolores to trial for homosexuality, which is not cool. I mean, Jonathan Pryce's character, the High Sparrow, he seems like such a caring person despite his fanatical religious stuff. But then the fanaticism comes out, and when he's going to just like try someone just for being gay, that's not cool. I said that before a couple episodes ago, but I mean, I otherwise I'd want to root for him, because like as fanatical as they are, at least they care about the people. But unless they're homosexual people or prostitutes. But anyway. So they were able to also accuse Marjorie of lying to the High Sparrow, and now she's on trial as well. And also nice to see Diana Rigg as Lady Olenna come back. He had a brief little spat with Cersei, but not that did any good. I have to admit, like, Marjorie should have known. Okay, I don't, not should know, but she should have been more careful. She should have realized that Cersei is not out of the picture yet, and she should be pushing her luck until she's sure that Cersei is gone, because Cersei's back is pretty much to a corner now. Okay, not quite yet, because she's found a way around it, but we know what Cersei is capable of. Hopefully, they won't make the mistake of underestimating her again. But she's still being boneheaded to some extent. However, I wonder, now that Tommen is married to Marjorie. And once it appears that Marjorie's grandfather is about to get killed by Meryn Trant, who learned a couple episodes ago when she sent Meryn Trant with them, and we kind of know how that's going to go. Makes you wonder if she's going to set up Tommen to be the heir to Highgarden as well, or at least the heir to the Tyrells, which in that case they'd be able to get all the wealth back in their hands again for their family. Because right now we know that the gold mine's dry, so maybe she's being less boneheaded than we think she is. I'd like to see how that will play out. But again, the faith militant is eventually, sooner or later, the faith militant will turn on her, the High Sparrow and all that. So they're going to turn on her sooner or later. I don't know if that's going to happen this season or not. It might, but she's not keeping a close enough eye on them. And Tommen's still kind of a indecisive, afraid of conflict type little bitch, for lack of a better phrase, but I'm just like to see where his character goes. Back to Arya and the going through the training of all that stuff, kind of learning how to not lie, I guess. And we got to see a pretty touching moment of her trying to comfort a little girl right before she inadvertently kills herself by drinking the death water. And we finally got to see what all those bodies she kept washing are for. I called it before it happened, I think, but it appears all those bodies that they keep washing, people who kill themselves in the temple by drinking the death water. They're the ones who provide them, I will assume, some kind of magical ability to switch faces or alter their faces or put on some kind of illusion. I don't know. We're still not exactly sure how the Lord of Light pull off that many face trick. And while Jacqueline or whoever the hell he is, or he is not a man. But even though he says that Arya may not be ready to be no one, but she may ready to at least be someone else. So we'll see where that goes. It was also cool learning that she didn't actually hate the Hound. She may not, she didn't like the Hound, but I think she at least respected the Hound before he died. So that was cool to find out. Yeah. Also, yeah, I mentioned before when Littlefinger came with talking to Cersei. It was also pretty nice to hear him remark about one's choice of companions when they were discussing Sir Loras, and obvious chat about Cersei and Jaime, and then her to just come back and talk about Catelyn's crazy sister Lysa, and then Littlefinger was like, yeah, touche. But yeah, so anyway, back to Winterfell. So Sansa and motherfucking Ramsay are finally married. I love how what's her name, Miranda, tried to intimidate her, and Sansa was like, you know what? This is my home, and fuck you, bitch. You're not gonna scare me. And then comes the wedding night, and then I think, and there's really at this point she was nothing she could do. Where, because Ramsay's been on his best behavior for most of the season, except for that one brief moment with Miranda that was behind the closed doors. He's been on his best behavior. He's been putting on a good show. The second he gets behind closed doors on his wedding night with Sansa, we knew something bad was gonna happen. There's no possible way that he would beat General. And yeah, and I love how he was so excited to learn that she was a virgin, and not just because the fact that she's untouched. I honestly think he liked learning that because he knows that when he goes into her, it'll probably hurt. And I think if there's anything we've learned about Ramsay is that he's just as bad as Joffrey as far as enjoying inflicting pain on people. In fact, unlike Joffrey, who may have been asexual, Ramsay may actually get some sexual satisfaction out of hurting other people. So, and then that he made Theon watch, which is again more evidence to learn that Theon isn't entirely gone in there. That basically Theon, he did some HSG decisions and now he's in hell. This is his hell. So I really do hope he actually comes out of this and does redeem himself. At least someone it would be nice if he actually is the one to kill Ramsay. Assuming of course Ramsay ever never dies, but we'll see what happens. But a lot of people have noticed it too. Sooner or later he's probably going to snap because he's not entirely gone. He's still in there. But yeah, that whole scene was pretty disturbing. Although to be honest, I was actually expecting it to be even worse than it was. But yeah, and to be honest, it's also kind of, as much as I hate to say it, it's amazing that Sansa avoided getting raped for this long. And he was kind of, especially now that Littlefinger was gone, there's only a matter of time before it happened. So I bet she kind of misses Tyrion now, because there's really no one to protect her, and she can only do so much for herself. So yeah, I have to admit. So yeah, I'm definitely liking Arya's story again, because I was kind of bored with her in the temple for a while, but now I'm back with that. But I'm still loving stuff going on in Winterfell. I'm loving the stuff not what's happening in Winterfell, but I'm invested in what happens in Winterfell. If not loving it, King's Landing isn't as interesting as it used to be, but I'm still liking it. If to see what the hell Cersei will do next, and how the Tyrells will respond to this, and I want to see more of the Wall. And I'm always looking forward to seeing more with Tyrion and Jorah, because they're the new big duo of the series. Them and Bronn and Jaime, those two duos, I just love those two duos. They're awesome. All right, so that's, like I said, another really good episode. Not quite as good as episode 4 in my opinion, but still really good. If you like this review, if you like, check out the rest of my channel. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, check my other videos. Hope you like them, and yeah.